In today's video, I'm going to be doing something a little bit different because I am inviting you along for my run today. So please join me as we, together, run 10K. I'm not going to be running the video for the whole hour of my 10K run, but I'm going to be giving edited highlights, and I'm going to be taking you through the route that I take, of my favourite route, my favourite 10K route, and I'm going to be talking you through it. So time to do a bit of warm up and then we'll get running. Okay, just about to start my run. It's very windy today, so I hope the audio is going to be okay. In fact, my wife has just sent me a text asking whether I bought an elastic band to keep my hat on. So I hope the audio is going to be all right. But anyway, we'll get going. It's a bit overcast, but you know, and there goes a bit of wind. I don't know what that's going to do to the audio. But anyway, let's get cracking. Let's start this 10K run. So the first thing that I'm going to do is to start my tracking device, which for me is an Apple Watch. I know lots of people have Garmin's and things. We talked about this a little bit last week's video. So I'm just going to turn the camera around and then I'm going to start my tracking. Okay, so I've started my tracking going. I'm going to start the run. The first part of the run here, this is a quiet road. I've started heading on to a main road. And depending on exactly when I run, what time of day, the road can be busy sometimes and not so busy at others. Today's a Sunday, it's a Sunday afternoon. People perhaps aren't on the beach, so it does look a little bit busier here today. So this first bit here along the main road is a mix of cycle path and a pavement, but it's actually not that wide. So if you see bicycles coming the other way, sometimes I do have to kind of run on the verge, even at times out in the road. But not too bad today, looks quite clear, so that's good. This first bit actually is a little bit downhill, so that's quite nice for just easing myself in. Right, now I've got to cross over, and luckily there's no traffic coming, so I can cross over. So this is probably the worst bit because of the traffic, and I spend quite a bit of time from the top of the hill all the way down here looking for an opportunity to get across, and it was busy when I started. There was a nice break there in the traffic, allowing me to cross over. Right, so I've turned off now, off from the main road, and that's better. This bit tends to be a bit quieter on here, so that's quite good. It's a sort of a steady, fairly flattish part of the run here, heading down through mainly residential area. So here we are now, getting to the end of that bit of a straight road, and it's a left turn. And just here is a newsagent's and a pub, so I have to be a little bit careful of the cars going in and out of the newsagent because I've had a couple of close shaves here. So just round this corner, and then it's another straight bit of road, again residential. Anyway, that's not too bad. There's not too many cars in here today, so that's good. And the pub doesn't look too busy, that's good as well. So anyway, another straight bit of road as I head down this way, but probably a couple of kilometres down this bit. Right, my first 2 kilometres are complete. My average pace for those first two, 5:53 according to my watch. And because I'm talking as well, I think I'm probably going to slow down a bit because I've got 8k to go, and I'm going to struggle, I think, if I don't slow. So I'm going to slow down just a bit. Anyway, this bit here is, well, I'll have a decision to make on the way back about which way to go, whether to come back the way I've come. So we'll revisit this point in a bit. But I'm actually not going to turn left, which goes down towards the coast. I'm going to turn right and then run on through this village here. And this again is another fairly flat. You go up and then it levels out a bit. So now I'm going to sort of bend around to the left. There's a church on my right, hotel on my left, and Very often the hotel is quite busy, as it is today, so I've got to always watch for traffic coming out. But again, it's sort of fairly level here, not much elevation, a little bit up and down, but it's reasonably flat here. Right, just past 3K, there's a pub back there that I've just gone past. Again, looking out for cars exiting. Not so bad you're in lockdown, because be careful now, things are reopening. Again, nice straight, got a flat piece here, and in just a moment we'll be running past the cricket pitch. It's actually a recreation ground, but they play cricket on it at the weekend, so I wonder if there'll be a match on there today. Cricket today. Nature reserve. It's quite a nice part of the run this. I like running through here. Nice and quiet. Just people out sort of walking their dogs, that kind of thing. So that's just up here past these trees that some of you have commented on a few times. So yeah, they're sort of funny looking trees, though. Yeah. Old trees. Great. I like the video. So I'm going to turn in here past the braggy old trees and head in now into the nature reserve. Oh, it's quite blowy here. Now here, I'm going to carry on around the corner, but I could change my route, because just here off to the left there's a gravel path that they've only just put in, and I did run up there on my last 10k. I went that way, but they haven't finished the path. So I had to run across some uneven ground. So I need to wait until the path is finished, and then I can run it. And it actually then comes out and it bypasses a car park down here. So running through there will be a lot nicer, I think, than running through a car park. Now it's around about here. I normally have my isotonic gel drink, so I'm going to have that. Give myself a much needed energy boost. Got to the end of this bit of path now, and there ahead of me is a leisure centre. There's a skateboard park on my left. Here's the car park I was talking about. Actually, this has changed, because the last time I came down here, for the last few months, there's been a COVID testing station here, and it seems to have gone. And maybe that's a sign of the unlocking that's coming up. Yeah, it's been there for months and months and months, and it's gone now. So there we are, there's the thing. I've done 4k now, over 4k. So getting to the point soon where I'll be turning round. Actually, I've done 4.77k, 4.8k, rapidly approaching, so time to turn around. Sometimes I run past the community centre. I can see some people there. It's a narrow path, so I'm cutting the corner off here, and then go through here and start wending my way back. But I'm going to take a different route back, so I'm not going back along that path through the nature reserve, although I could. I'm going to run up and run through this little sort of housing. Well, it's houses and it's a bit sort of retail as well. The road can be a bit busier, but it's Sunday, so hopefully not today. Not quite so windy, because I'm slightly inland now, so hopefully you can hear me okay, but there is more traffic. Now you might say, why don't I run back through the nature reserve? It would be slightly more pleasant perhaps. And you'd be right, but I kind of like to have different things to look at when I'm running, so that's part of the reason why I come this way. There is actually a turning off, and I always miss it, or I could duck off this road a bit early. Never got it. I get it if I come the other way, but I can never get it coming this way for some reason. Right, reach the end of this bit of road now, and I could keep going, but I breathe in quite enough CO2, so I'm going to turn back and head back towards the nature reserve. And then I will have come full circle on that nature reserve bit. Right, so nearly back up to the other end of the nature reserve. So I've done a full circle there. I've done over 6k now. So like the end of the tunnel, we're getting there. So I've got some decisions to make about my route, but I'm actually going to retrace my steps for a couple of kilometres now, until that junction that I talked about on the way down. Chip shop shut, so I'll have to carry on. Actually, talking about food, did something, you know, I talked recently about the fact that I'm doing more and more stupid things these days. I did something really stupid yesterday. I went for a meal with friends, first meal actually. I've been out with friends since before lockdown. I went out with my wife for a meal on her birthday recently. That was just the two of us, first meal out for months since last summer, but this was the first meal out with friends since before lockdown, the first lockdown. So it was quite an occasion. Anyway, car park by the restaurant, park car, use an app to buy a car parking ticket like you do. But 2 hours on, thought that'd be plenty. 2.5 hours later, came out, had a ticket. So expensive meal, £125 parking ticket. What an idiot. I mean, how easy would it have been just to set an alarm on my phone? Or to set the app to send me an SMS? I don't know. Doing more and more daft things. Anyway, let's keep going. This is hard, this talking and running. Right, 7k complete. Just coming back up to the hotel on my right now, and the church on my left. Nearly decision time. Just to go around the corner and down a bit and then decide which way I'm going to go back. Right, decision time. I can either go back down that road over there, which will take me back the way I've come, or I can keep going down here to the coast. Now there are actually quite a few roads down here. If I sort of turn that way, I can head up right on the sea. And I could run along a quay, actually run along a sandy beach if the tide's out far enough, but you never know really whether the tide's going to be out far enough. So just try not to get killed by this car, and then I'm going to decide which way to go. I think what I'm going to do is not go right on the seafront. It's a weekend, it's holiday season, it'll be busy. So I'm going to run up and run along the cliff top, which will be quite nice. There's a bit more room up there as well.
On a little slice of heaven, it's the only place we're living. It's that West Coast point of view. Easy when it's always summertime for you. Got everything to do.
Nice view from up here, very pleasant. Right, I've done 8.25k now, so not much further to go. Decision to make down here. I can either go down this slope, or, and then by that means running on the promenade, could be getting quite busy, it's weekend, it's holiday time, so I'm probably going to follow the road round, and then that'll allow me to kind of stay away from the bulk of the people. And normally, this field here is completely empty, but there's a windsurfing competition on this weekend. So there's all these sort of caravans, motorhomes, buggies and things. You've got the surfing brigade out there, all racing, doing their stuff. Very impressive. I was watching it while I was walking the dogs this morning, trying to work out what the rules are. I think basically the rules I don't get wet, but who's won? I haven't got a clue. Right, decision time. I can take a left here if I want to, and that'll take me up towards a golf course. You might have seen some of my vlogs, but today it's quite open there, it's quite warm and the sun's out, so I'm going to head for the woods, so there'll be a little bit of shade there hopefully. The thing is, quite a, well, it's not stupidly steep, but it is an uphill climb before you actually get to the woods. I've slowed down quite a bit. This is this little, you can't see it really on the camera, but this is this little incline going up to the woods, and I'm just over 9k now, so not far to go. Right, just entering the woods now, so a bit shadier. That's better. Still uphill in the woods a little bit. I'll even out a little bit. 9.4k. Just coming out the woods. And a few more people here, as you can see. So try and negotiate round them. And only about 250 metres to go. So that's quite good. Nearly there. Not far to go now. I've gone along the cliff top a little way, through the other side, a little bit of wood here, and my watch should be going ping any second. There it goes, to tell me I've done 10k. So let's run over. Let's slow down and stop. I'm going to stop it still while I'm running. So there we are. So say done on the run, and then I've tapped the outdoor walk button. I don't know if you could hear it pinging there. That's to tell me that the walk has started recording. That's my warm down walk. And I'm quite surprised. Let's put the times up on the screen. I've got to hold the camera with my other arm because I've been holding it up so much this arm's had it. Whew. Yeah, so as you can see, considering I was talking my way around the run, didn't have any music or anything to kind of keep me going, yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. That's really good. So here's another place that you sometimes see when I'm on a run. I don't know how well you can see that. Let's just walk up here and have a look at this. Yeah, definitely took more energy, as you would expect it to, of course, when you're talking and running at the same time. However, I was still pleasantly surprised with the time, to be perfectly honest with you. So let's have a look over here. Yeah, so not many people around at the moment. There's like a little cafe bit here, and yeah, I think you've seen this in different videos when I've run in the past. But I'm actually going to leave that behind me and do a cool down walk this way. It's a bit shady. There we are. So that was a bit different for me. Now last week I made a video all about 7 top tips for brand new runners, and if you haven't seen that video and you're new to running, be sure to check it out, and also have a look in the comments, because there were some great follow-up comments with some more tips that were brilliant. So have a look at that. That's last week's video. There's a link in the video description below to that if I remember to put it there. But apart from that, this is today's one. This is the take. What did you think of this as a different kind of format for the video? Did you enjoy it? Do you think next time I'm going to need to take like a medical professional with me to help me on the way around? My arm, I can hardly hold the camera. So no, it was different, and I quite enjoyed it actually. No music, no podcast to listen to, just listening to the air and talking to you, my friends. So thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you for another video. Who knows what I'll do next week? It's going to be 2 weeks of just different sorts of videos, so I'll see if I can think of something else next week. See you then. Bye for now.